We're going to be making a small finial. This is some color ply. It was purchased, I think, from Craft Supplies by one of our club members. This is going to be a club challenge. So the first thing I'm going to do is round it out, and then we'll put it into some pin jaws on a chuck, and I will slowly try to make a nice looking finial. And I'm using the Thompson 5/8 inch bowl gouge with a drawn back grind just to square that, to round this out. I'm going to turn it around 1100 RPM. Okay, I have a problem that I need to put some, it's not wanting to slide, so here's a little bit of candle wax. It's just a little bit of candle wax that I'm putting on this because it did not want to slide. I can hear that it's not round, and if I put my fingernail there, I can still tell it's not round. Almost. That's good enough. I'm changing the jaws on my one-way chuck to a spigot jaw so it can handle the smaller diameter of the little piece that we're going to turn. And I have these numbered. I don't know if I need to have them numbered, but I've got them numbered so that I can put them back in the exact same place they came out of. And I don't know if I have the spigot jaws numbered. I have two sizes of them. This is a short one because that's all I'm going to need. And I'm not seeing. Oh, this has got a little pin, and since it has a little pin, then it goes in the number 2 slot here. And these, well, it says it's for my one-way. And out here is my studio buddy. He's the captain. Linda calls him Captain Chunky Butt. Hey, Captain. There you go, beautiful buddy. Thanks for being my shop buddy. I've changed to the number 1 stronghold, number 1 jaws for the stronghold chuck, and these I've used. They are numbered, and so I know I've used these a number of times before, so they're going in the correct slot. I numbered these just because if there's any discrepancy whatsoever here, that it will be the exact discrepancy every single time, but it's probably only in the thousands. But these are pretty easy to change out. Okay, I changed out the tool rest to one that's a little shorter so I could get up a little closer to this. And I have waxed the top. I'm going to turn at about 1100 RPM. We'll see if I can make something that looks halfway decent here. I'm using the 3/8 inch Thompson detail gouge. I want this a little lower.
I will come back to this in just a little bit. I'm going to create one other thing and then I'll come back to this. Alright, go a little further here. People want to even make this a little more delicate or call it good and not challenge myself too terrible much. I'm going to see what this acts like when I pull the tailstock back a little bit. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Let's find out. Oh yeah, that's pretty bad. So I'm using my fingers as steady rest. And there's always a chance I could snap this right off. Not my goal. I don't know if that's delicate enough or not, but I'm going to pull this back and I'm going to sand this a little bit right here. A little 320. And I guarantee you that a challenge, there's going to be some finials better than this one. I'm going to try and work this down and to do an onion, what they call an onion. I'll see if it can handle the tool work without too much vibration here. And I may make this even a little thinner from what I've already done. I think I will. Okay. I'm not ready for the finial, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another element before I get to the onion, and I'll see if I like it or not. The idea is to get these as crisp as you can, the design crisp. Okay, I actually think I like that. We're going to do our onion. All of this I'm doing on the fly. There's not a single thing planned out here. Okay, I'm going to sand this. I got one little element here I want to refine a little bit. I don't like the way this is coming down, so I'm going to change it ever so slightly to hopefully make it a little bit smoother and flowing. I like that a little better. This is not the sweetest looking finial I've ever seen.
I've decided I want a little more length on this, so I'm going to do something stupid here, and I'm going to actually pull this out a little bit and see if I can realign it, because I'd actually like a little more down here. And so I'm going to see if I can make this work. Hope so. Let's see what I got. No. Okay. Okay, no one's going to see that. That's a mess, but that's okay. So what I want here is just a little more length, and then and I need to come down and make a tenon and then part off the tenon so that the tenon will fit into some manner of lid or opening. And I just had not taken that into consideration. Silly me.
Doesn't have to be much of a tenon. I'm going to switch. I've switched to a thin Furminger parting tool, and I'm going to go in a little bit here, and then I'll create the tenon. That looks good. This doesn't have to be perfect because no one's going to see it. There we go.
I've decided to do a CA glue finish on this. It actually mounted in the jaws, but obviously not very even, and so I have the speed really low. But it should be really fast. It ought to really make it pop. And I'll let this dry, and then I'll probably sand it in forward and reverse with a little 400. This has been sanded to 320, but I'm going to take it after this dries. And oh yeah, that's pretty sweet.